All right. Good Monday evening, everyone, or I should say afternoon. Thanks for stopping by for a check of your weather forecast. It is July 14th, year of our Lord 2025. We will get started here in just a second. We'll maybe wait a moment or two to let a few people jump on. We are tracking some thunderstorms across the Texas Panhandle. We mentioned this through the weekend, or Josiah did anyway. I think I mentioned it on Friday, how we were expecting at least some sporadic storm chances heading into early next week. Again, sporadic being your key word. This is not going to be rain for everyone. This is going to be very isolated stuff. Certainly nothing to cancel plans over. Just you may want to have that radar app or the weather app close or handy because a few of us will hear some occasional claps of thunder due to some of these storms lingering through the area. So this is the sky cam there in Highland Park. You can see one of those lone thunderstorms out there approaching the Amarillo area, believe it or not. Here's another view of it from a different camera there on Fritch Highway. So that's one thing that we'll have to keep an eye on through the rest of this evening. We've got another very isolated thunderstorm out there in eastern New Mexico. This is west of Clovis. Don't bet on rain today. If you do, you might end up on the short side of the stick. But you can see we've got a really good thunderstorm moving down there in the southern side of Swisher County. Some more isolated cells there near Hart and Dimmitt. We've got that one thunderstorm that's up here. We'll zoom in a little bit closer up here to this one on the east side of town. Again, you can see Claude had a really good thunderstorm earlier today. They actually picked up around an inch, inch and a half of rainfall there in Claude. Got another thunderstorm approaching the south half of Amarillo. We'll see exactly where it comes through the city, but does look like at least a part of Amarillo is going to see some rainfall today, and it is going to be coming down in a deluge. It's going to be really localized, but very heavy rainfall where you see that pass through the area. These are drifting from east to west very slowly, moving at like 5-10 miles an hour. Got a few of these other thunderstorms out here in Curry and Quay County, very isolated. Don't bet on rain, but there will be a few pockets or an oasis of rain in some isolated areas. Temperature here in Amarillo is 84 degrees, 92 in Hereford, 92 in Pampa as well. Rain cooled air there in Silverton at 77 and 88 in Dumas. Wind speeds are light for most of us. You can see the outflow boundary allowing for sustained winds of almost 30 miles an hour there at the airport in Amarillo. Again, that's just due to that thunderstorm that we have on the east side of town. Here's your evening planner. Most of us quiet tonight. Should be warm and pleasant. A lot of 80s by 7, 8 o'clock, and then eventually tumbling into the 70s by 10 p.m. this evening. Let's go ahead and run through your computer model for the next 2 days. Again, sporadic showers and thunderstorms can't be taken off the table today. Most won't have to deal with that. As we get into tomorrow, we will warm back up into the mid 90s, so we'll be really close to our average high of 93 degrees. That Omega block pattern looks like it's starting to fall apart, so our chance for rain may start to take a backseat at least for a couple of days. Now, as we move into Wednesday, we'll start off in the 70s. It's going to be kind of a hotter afternoon. We'll probably get into the mid 90s for those high temperatures. I don't think we'll get into the triple digits this week, but that could change heading into the weekend. You can see again some more storms going off the mountains there in New Mexico and Colorado. Looks like some of that stuff may kind of drift into the panhandles, mainly the northwest panhandles Wednesday night. Then we have a cold front that's going to track south. It will eventually stall out. It might be something to focus on Thursday, we think. There's going to be a subtle feature with it, a little upper wave trough just coming through. I think it's going to kickstart our best chance of rain here in the near future. Still won't be a guarantee, but rain chance around 30 to 50%. So scattered thunderstorms seems like a very real possibility Wednesday night through Thursday night. At least somewhere in that 24-hour window. Now, as we get into the weekend, you can see kind of what this overall pattern looks like. We've got this Bermuda high that's just slowly propagated west back towards Florida, starting to really broaden out. You've got kind of some areas of some locally high pressure just in this entire ridge here. So this whole thing is spinning clockwise. And we've got this ridge that's going to continue to drift west heading into next weekend and into next week. And now if that were the case and does verify, temperatures are going to go up, and it's possible they might get hot enough for us to reach the triple digits. We've been fortunate enough this year to not be in the 100s. This time, the last few years, with the exception of 2021 and 2023, which 21 was an El Nino year, and then 23 was just we had that really, really wet start to the year, and it's kind of slowed down us getting into the 100s for really most of the summer think we had some triple digits in August that year, but it was kind of late and kind of delayed. So we're in the same boat. We've got zero on that. You've got a goose egg on your counter for so far of 2025. The last time we have not seen a triple digit day in an entire calendar year for Amarillo was 2015. That was 10 years ago. Again, we're just kind of keeping an eye on this. We still have at least half of July to go through and all of August and maybe that first couple weeks of September, where in theory it's possible for us to still see those triple digits should we get a strong ridge to build in. So that is something to monitor. Again, it's not a guarantee that we get there next week. I kind of think we're going to get really close. So I've got you at 100 degrees on Monday, but it really will come down to where exactly that front ends up next week. Which again, if it ends up far enough south like that one did in June, areas to our south may be in the triple digits. We might be in the mid and upper 90s. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. But that's all we've got for you for this afternoon. So we do appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you tune in for the 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight. And if we don't see you then, should